Ooh-wee! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a tournament. Gotta give a quick shout out to Misfits for this one. I think this is a great way in order to get Dean's next opponent. Of course, they are introducing the new interim belt, so it's starting to become a little bit more like the UFC in the sense that all the other guys in the division will compete against each other in order to fight the champion. And then once the champion beats the interim, or the interim champion beats the main champion, he becomes undisputed. Now, if we take a look at the list of fighters here, we have Waleed, Yachty Gang, Joey Knight, Lil CraCra, Ace Musa, and then a couple of other guys who I don't know, but I know Baby Hulk from Street Beefs, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in a boxing card. I've never seen him box though. I just remember he used to do MMA fights, and I mean, the guy was a beast. The guy literally lived up to his name, Baby Hulk. So who do I think is gonna win? Well, it all depends on how the matchups go. If they do a Kingpin style of tournament where they pick their opponents randomly, I think it'll be a lot harder to tell who wins this tournament. But if they decide to go with the color schemes that they released on Twitter, let's see, the first matchup would be Waleed versus Joey Knight, in which case that is a very tough call. I actually do not know who would win that. They're both really high level guys. I know Joey Knight is a little bit older, so Waleed definitely has an advantage there, but sometimes age is experience, and the more experienced fighters usually tend to get the better of the younger, fresher, inexperienced fighters. But this is a very tough call, I can't lie. I mean, from Joey Knight's debut, we were able to see how he absolutely dismantled Most Wanted, who, you know, credit to him, he has heart, and he was supposed to be on this tournament, but unfortunately he didn't make it. And we've seen Waleed fight several times now. He got robbed against Adam Sala, and then he went on to lose to Dean the first time in a slightly controversial way, but he did lose convincingly the second fight. But honestly, I don't think Waleed was all the way there, or if not that first knockdown, just pretty much the fight was over after that first knockdown, because Waleed just couldn't really recover until the last round, where Dean had already broken his arm and destroyed his shoulder. So for the first matchup here, I'm gonna say Waleed takes it, man. I don't know, it's close. I might change my mind on that, but for now, I'm just gonna say Waleed takes it. Now, the second matchup, we have Yachty Gang versus Lil CraCra. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. I haven't watched one of his videos in a really long time, but I used to watch this dude way back in the day. He's fighting up against Yachty Gang, who's also been in the scene, had a couple of fights, performed really well in the tag team match. I really like his boxing style. He's more of a points fighter. Hasn't really shown that he has a lot of power, but he's very defensive. And he likes to score the pull counter a lot and counter right hands. But if you guys have ever seen Lil CraCra fight, y'all know that boy got hands. And he's also a southpaw, which I haven't seen Yachty Gang fight against a southpaw yet, so this is a bit of a tougher call. I think the fan favorite here is probably going to be Yachty Gang because they've seen him fight before, but honestly, I think Lil CraCra takes that one. Next up, we have Ace Musa versus the Tasmanian Devil. I did watch a little clip of Tasmanian Devil boxing, and he looks pretty good, but I have not seen much of Ace Musa. I think I watched one clip, and he looked pretty decent, actually. I think both of these guys are pretty much on the same level, but I'm going to have to say that Ace Musa takes it because he's been on a bigger stage before, so I don't think the event will get to him. Last but not least, we have the Argentinian King versus Baby Hulk. Now, I'm sorry, Argentinian King, I've never seen any footage on you. I know you're a big YouTuber in Argentina, and I do speak Spanish myself, but I've never really heard of this guy. And I don't really know if he has much boxing experience, but I know Baby Hulk. I know he's a monster, so I'm just gonna say Baby Hulk takes that one pretty easily. Now, if we're going based off of the Misfit brackets, up next we would have Waleed Sharks versus Lil CraCra. Now, this is a very tough call, man. I don't like doing this. It's just I've seen Lil CraCra in there, man, and it's hard to pick one. He's got very good boxing skills, but I think Waleed has a little bit more experience in him. He just looks, man, I don't know. Lil CraCra doesn't look like he can make 135, to be honest, but he probably has fought at 135. He looks a little bit big for 135. Ooh, this is a tough call, guys. Screw it, I'm gonna say Lil CraCra, man. I think he takes it. Waleed took a lot of damage in his last fight, and he would probably go to war against Joey Knight, so, man, it is a tough call, but I'm just going to say Lil CraCra for now. Next up, it would be Ace Musa versus Baby Hulk. I think Baby Hulk absolutely wipes the floor with him as well. Maybe I'm putting too much credit into Baby Hulk just because I've seen a couple of Street Beefs fights, but the dude is small. He's very small, but he's very powerful. Baby Hulk is literally the perfect name for this guy. I'm just going to say he takes this one as well. He looks he looks a lot more explosive than Ace Musa. So I think he probably stops Ace Musa, if I'm being honest. And then last but not least, we would have Lil CraCra versus Baby Hulk. And I think this is where Lil CraCra's boxing experience would get the better of Baby Hulk. I think he outboxes him pretty comfortably. I don't think it would be a stoppage, but I think Lil CraCra is going to win this tournament. It's a tough call, I can't lie, especially with the first 4 matchups. Wally, Joey Knight, Yeti Gang, and Lil CraCra. These guys are cold. I can't lie, they're pretty cold. But honestly, I think Remo takes it. And it would be cool if he does, because people have been wanting to see him fight Dean for the longest now. Ever since Dean started fighting on Misfits. And even before that, I remember in the comment sections of Dean's videos, they would always be like, hey, why don't you fight Lil CraCra? And one time they did a collab, but I don't think they ever sparred or anything. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!